I've started working on the Indian lineup, filling in the holes there, and I'm getting a lot of requests for bikes with lowering kits and lowered suspension and things like that. But the problem that I have there is, unless I can get a good photo or a good shot of the bike with that actual lowering kit fitted, or with lowered suspension fitted, it's not going to be easy for me to make a video showing a rider on that bike, unless I do some Photoshop hacking and lower the seat and just show the rider in the lower position, which may be an option. I might look at seeing if I can do that and make it a reasonable looking video. If I can, I'll do that, but as for now, I'm just going to be sticking with the bikes as they come out of the factory and as the manufacturer shows them in their press images. Another interesting thing I'm noticing is that some manufacturers, when they quote the seat heights and I measure it off the image, they're spot on and really good. Other manufacturers, the quoted seat height doesn't match the image they're using for their press images, and I don't know what's happening there. Whether, I don't know. I've looked closely at the photos that I'm getting hold of and using, and I can see some of them the tyres are a bit lower than they should be, which could be affecting the seat height. Others I've seen the rear suspension sagging a little. I can visibly see it, which would be affecting the seat height. And so in those instances, what I'll do is I'll show the measured unladen seat height, and then I'll show what the manufacturer is quoting, and I'll adjust or have a separate second ground line to show where your feet would be in the quoted seat height position. Sort of been cooped up in the house for the last few weeks, and doctors suggested I don't do anything too strenuous or actually go too far when I'm riding or driving. But it's been a week or so now, and I'm definitely feeling better than what I was. So I thought I just got to get out and, for my own mental health, get a bit of sunshine, get out on the bike, have a bit of a ride, and have a bit of a chat. We're in spring now, and this is the road between Talbot and Clunes, just heading back to Clunes and then back to Ballarat. And we're starting to get a few nicer days, although it has been a cold winter. Not cold by North American standards, but cold by our standards. I've got to constantly watch the speedo on this bike, because this is the NC750X, if you don't know, and in 6th gear at 100 kilometres an hour, which is our legal speed limit for most highways, we can go to up to 110 on the freeways, or some of them. In 6th gear, it's a bike that effortlessly travels at highway speeds, and it seems to really like, or really want to travel at around 120 kilometres an hour. Seems to be its sweet spot. And if you don't watch the speedo constantly, it'll start creeping up without you realising it. It's a bike you don't have to put, I can just rest my hand on the throttle at highway speeds and it'll carry me along quite nicely. It's not a bike you have to sort of hold the throttle on to keep it going. It's the opposite. If you're not watching, it'll just it'll get away from you. So, which is pretty impressive for a parallel twin 750 motorcycle It seems to have. Well, it's interesting. My 1700 Vulcan Vaquero V-twin at highway speeds, you know, it would do it effortlessly, but if I wanted to go faster, I had to sort of wind it on and roll on the throttle and sort of push it and you know, coax it to get up faster and faster. Well, it felt like that. It didn't just instinctively want to go. Like a high horsepower bike, you know, you're constantly holding it back. Well, on that particular larger capacity V-twin, it's the opposite. I felt I had to continuously, you know, keep the throttle on to keep it going at higher speeds. Where this crosses the line. It sort of straddles both spheres, if you like. It has nice torque down low, so it feels it's very effortless to ride. Needs very little throttle input to get going. But then when you are at highway speeds and higher, it's also effortless and very happy to get going. You know, then I went down a little dip and whoop, just accelerates. So I'm constantly watching my speed because you go up a rise and give just a little bit of throttle input, and then you go down a hill and away she goes. It just wants to go. I did see a comment asking if the NC750X was an exciting bike to ride. Well, how do you find exciting? You know, if it all depends on you really, because if you prefer riding sports bikes and you find sports bikes exciting to ride, well then no, this is not going to be exciting to ride. Conversely, if you're into big V-twin cruisers and Harleys and Indians and you find that type of bike exciting to ride, well no, you're not going to find this exciting to ride. The best way to describe this, or the better question is this bike rewarding to ride? And yes, this is a very rewarding bike to ride. It's pleasing, it's enjoyable. It has its quirks, like, you know, the seat, which can be rectified just by lifting it up a bit, as I've shown in a previous video. But yeah, it has all the torque I need. It gets off the line nice and briskly, gets up to speed easily, holds its speed easily, and then when you are at speed and you want to pass a car, accelerates easily. So I do find it a very rewarding bike to ride. And then if you see a gravel road and you want to just get off the tarmac for a bit, it's also very easy and very comfortable and very at home on gravel roads. It's not a trail bike. It's not, you know, designed for mud and that sort of environment. I'm sure if I put some bigger knobbies on, it'd cope quite nicely, but that's not its intended purpose. It's an adventure bike, so you know, you can do a bit of touring, a bit of highway work quite comfortably, and then if you see a gravel road and you want to get off the track, then you can as well. Alright, I think that'll do us, guys. Thanks for joining me on this video, and hopefully I'll see all of you again on the next one. Bye for now.